guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, of course, it's tea times with Czernaaz, and I wanted to talk a little bit about self-love, self-worth, and it's definitely something we should consider when we start the year, when it comes to setting our boundaries, what we allow and what we're not going to allow into our life. Boundaries, I've noticed, especially for me, it's been a thing because I can be sweet and nice. When I try to set my boundaries, people think I'm fighting with them. Oh my god, this is so good. Yes. So setting your boundaries can really upset a lot of energy vampires, a lot of manipulators, a lot of users. It's hard to actually say you really love yourself if you don't have any boundaries, especially for the people around you using these boundaries. The definition of self-love is so deep, and I think a lot of times when we don't attach that with boundaries, or when we don't attach that with boundaries, I guess we allow people to abuse us in ways that they shouldn't. So self-love definitely is attached to boundaries, and that's something that I wasn't very good at. I never really put my boundaries in place. I rather isolate or cut people off than rather say how I really feel about a situation, because I don't want to hurt or offend people. Start setting your boundaries in the new year. I mean, of course, we all make our mental promise to ourselves, and I know I made a mental promise to myself about the things I will and will not allow. I made a mistake of allowing somebody back into my life that I should have never allowed, and I think I was more focused on what I could provide for them rather than what they could provide for me. And that was something that I had to learn very hard with, like, the last 3 days. Like, oh my gosh, that person should have never been allowed back into my space. And if I had put in the correct boundaries, and which I did try to put in the correct boundaries, you know, I tried the whole, like, let's take it a step at a time, and, you know, emotions take over and you don't before you know it, the boundaries are non-existent or abused. So that's why I wanted to have that conversation, because it's something that I'm definitely struggling with, especially healers, especially people who want to help, especially people who can see things in people that they can't see in themselves. And you know, when you see people destroying themselves slowly, yes, we all have something within ourselves that we should be focused on. But for me, I see things in people and I'm just like, come, let me save you, let me save you, let me help you, let me do this. Because I wish I had that. I wish I was in a place of self-destruction, and I wish somebody stopped me and says, Czernaaz, you have so much potential. Why are you doing this to yourself? You know, and I see that, and as soon as I see a person, I just gravitate towards them, trying to stop them from their self-destruction. I'm realizing that I have to have boundaries in place regardless of whether I see that or whether I'm trying to save that person or trying to give them that light energy of mine. Not everybody deserves your energy. And it's hard to say, oh yes, I love myself, yes, I am all of this self-confidence, self-guru, self-love, blah blah, but you have no boundaries in place. People are just coming and taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, and then you're left with nothing. You burn out. And then next minute you're spazzing out on people. People don't even know why you're spazzing out. Like, I'm in a place I don't give love, I don't give affection, I don't give compassion, I don't give empathy, not because I'm expecting something in return. I give it because it's a part of my light. But at the same time, now I'm learning I need to help those who are trying to help themselves, those who are trying to change, those who are trying to elevate, or those who are having a conversation of self-improvement. Those are the type of people I need to focus, or we need to focus on spreading that energy with, but still setting those boundaries. Self-love is very important, and I'm learning that self-love for me now is putting myself first, putting my needs first, putting my wants, putting my boundaries, having discipline with the people in my life, letting them know when I can come and when I can't, whether I'm even capable of coming, whether I'm capable of showing up. And I've noticed a lot of people, and I'm saying this, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm setting my boundaries and people are very uncomfortable with it. Why? We're in the second week of January and going into our third week. And I have definitely lost a lot of energies which have served their purpose. I felt like when it was all happening on the same day, same week, and I was like, oh my gosh, God is taking out the trash. But a part of it was because I set my boundaries. Just not taking the bare minimum of what a friendship or a relationship or a partnership or whatever is supposed to be. Bare minimum is like, oh, let me keep you around so I can have your energy. As much as people don't want to admit it, we are here in an energetic world. We're exchanging energies, whether we're doing it intentionally or not. And a lot of people gravitate to highly sensitive people's energy a lot. The sensitivity comes with this light or this, it's like an innocence, a healing kind of energy that no matter how sensitive or hurt or traumatized or PTSD or all these things that you could have, you still have a light within you that shines brighter than anything else. And people can see that. People feel that. And the moment you put your boundaries in, it's like what the hell happened? Why can I not drain you anymore? Why can I not do as I please anymore? Those are signs. I was so focused so much on healing. I was so focused on helping people around me that I wasn't focused on boundaries. And the moment I started setting boundaries, it just made so many people around me uncomfortable. And the moment you react to those boundaries that they're disrespecting, now you're the bad person. Stand on your boundaries. Don't bother on who you lose, who doesn't want to stay. If somebody's going to be disrespectful, if somebody's not going to respect your boundaries, there's no reason to have that person in your life. Because I feel like love is part of respect, and it's also part of compassion and understanding. If there's something that you can't really be a part of, and if there's something that makes you uncomfortable in a love situation, whether it's friendship, family, partnerships, relationship, whatever, and if somebody can't respect your boundaries, then that person doesn't think much of you. And I've been definitely meditating on that this weekend. I've been thinking about it, and of course you look at yourself. I know I'm always talking about people, but self-introspect in such a way you look at how you've contributed. I can sit here and I say, yes, I've contributed in such a way. I have communication problems. I haven't been able to communicate my boundaries because I didn't want to offend people. But then now I'm looking at it, my self-love is so attached to boundaries because I don't have too much energy to keep giving away. I'm exhausted. How important boundaries is, especially with family, especially with close friends, especially in a relationship. Know it, because before you know it, it's one-sided. And it's not one-sided because the next person doesn't want to put in effort. Of course, that's a big part of it. But it's because they're so used to you doing everything. They're so used to you giving so much. They're so used to you always being available. If people can't accept your growth, they can't accept your journey, then you know what to do. You know what to do. As hard as it is, you know what to do. Put yourself first. Look within yourself and look, are you comfortable enough to be alone with yourself? Are you comfortable enough to love yourself so deep and so unconditional that no person can come and overpower that love for you? If you can say you're comfortable to doing those things and putting yourself first, then boundaries should be easy. Very, very easy. And I felt like this is the perfect time. The year has just started, and I feel like setting your boundaries, setting your intentions, looking at what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept, what you want out of life, what you don't want out of life. Yes, I'm sitting here and I'm talking about boundaries and all these things. I'm not only going to talk about, I'm setting these boundaries because I don't want these energies in my lives anymore. I don't want these energies taking too much. I'm also working on myself in the sense I'm looking at the type of person I want to become. And the type of person I want to become can't have these energy vampires anymore. And that's why I need these boundaries. The person that I'm trying to become and elevate on the soul level cannot be distracted with energy vampires, or people who aren't part of my growth, or people who aren't trying to grow, or people who aren't trying to elevate. Look at the person you want to become. Okay? I feel like the journey of self-love, the journey of healing, the journey of growing never stops. It never stops. And probably in a year later, you're going to see a different side of me. You're probably going to see something different out of me. I don't think healing ever stops. I don't think therapy ever stops. I don't think one day you just wake up and say like, oh my gosh, I'm perfect. I am not going to have boundaries. I'm not going to work on self-love. I'm not going to work on myself. That's if that's the intention you have, no. Because ever since I started this journey of healing has been happening for years. It's always been a part of who I am. And until I put the mindset into the type of person I want to become, I know learning and growing never stops. Accept that. And you're going to change. You're going to grow. You're going to learn new things. And the more you grow, the more you learn new things, the more you become a better you, the more you become your higher self on your soul level. You can't have these low vibrations around you. Like for me, I know I'm always going to have low vibration around me because I'm a healer, but they're not going to be my circle. I'm not going to say friend, boyfriend, husband, partner. And even if you're family, you're still going to be kept in the distance. You're not going to have access to my energy on a daily level, whether it's on a phone call, an email, a text message, or where I'm responding in DMs. Those are the type of boundaries you need to set. Yes, I love you, stay there. Yes, I love you, keep your distance. But that privilege of having access to me on a daily has come to an end. You have to be worthy. And I feel like every person needs to look in the mirror and look at what you want to become. Don't look at your partners. Don't look at your mother. Don't look at your father. Don't look at nobody. Look in the mirror and look at what you want to become. Stop looking at your partners. Start looking at what kind of partner you want, what kind of husband you want, what kind of man you want. Don't go on Instagram and compare yourself to the next person. Don't do that. Look in the mirror and look at the type of woman or man you want to become. I watched this thing by Joe Dispenza, and he spoke about the perfect partner or attracting true love. To attract true love, he says, get a pen and paper, write down everything you want in that partner, and become it. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Write down everything you want to become, or write down everything you want in a partner, and that should be your mantra for the year. Whether it's honesty, whether it's trust, whether it's love, whether it's commitment, whether it's charity, whatever you want in a partner, become it. Become an honest being. Become truthful. Become honest with yourself. That's so important. That is so important because a lot of the times we have this illusion, or we focus so much on what people can become, but we're not looking at who they are right now and who they're showing you. And that's my thing, is I'm like, when I see people, I see their energy, I see their hurt, I see their potential, I see their downfalls. And I focus so much on the downfall because your downfall is not something that determines where you're going, but it's definitely something that can hinder you. It's definitely something that's holding you back. Focus so much on that potential that I want to heal the downfall or touch into that downfall. And I think for me, because I have so much trauma, or I had so much trauma, and which I'm still working on, I try to save people. I try to help. I try to give so much that I don't have, and then that of course burns me out. It's a very tough conversation, but it needs to happen. It needs to happen. This is so relaxing. This tea is so relaxing. I'm actually doing peppermint today. We'll talk a little bit about it in a minute. But self-love has so many levels, and the biggest thing for me, self-love, is respecting yourself. Because love is unconditional. Love has no boundaries. Love has no expectations. You know, we focus so much on only loving people around us. Love is so universal. And when we love ourselves a little bit harder, it's easier to spread that love outside. But when you don't have it within, or not that you don't have it within, when people are draining it out of you, it's hard to spread that out. Make sure you're putting yourself first. And there's nothing wrong taking some time out, being alone, self-introspecting, reflecting, looking at who you talk to every day. What is that person contributing? Or what are you contributing to that person's life? It's not always about who's doing what to you, but we live in such a self-centered mindset in the world that sometimes we forget how we're also projecting. So sometimes it's good to also look within yourself. I know I have a lot of work to do, and my work is my rage, and I shut down. If somebody disrespects me, it's just like a whole different level of disrespect I take it to, and that's something I need to work on. But then there's also a side of me that I've learned not to react. If I've reacted about 3 times with you, but the 4th time I'm not reacting, I'm just shutting down and cutting you off. Because if I've given you anger or rage, now I have to step back and see that that hasn't worked. What do I have to do? How do I get to you? But I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to just move on a vibration of love, and that's why I need boundaries, because I cannot be sitting and reacting to people who shouldn't be in my life. That's the reality. If you are making me react to you in a negative way, then you shouldn't be a part of my life. If I'm making you react to me in a negative way, then you should cut me off. It works that way. That means there's an imbalance. There's something that's not working out. There's something that we're forcing. There's something that is over. That contract is over. That friendship is over. And it's okay. Why does it always have to be like, let me hate you because I can't have access to you? It's okay to walk away. I wanted to talk about the tea that I'm drinking, which is peppermint tea, which is really good for anxiety and relaxation, which is really good, of course, for digestion, menstrual cramps, and of course improves your energy, and of course freshens your breath. Okay, so this tea is caffeine free. It says a refreshing herbal tea made using only 100% pure peppermint. It's like peppermint tea really helps me at night, especially with sleep, because I don't say I have a sleeping issue. I went through a stage in my life for like 2 years where I had sleep issues and I was on sleep medication. So I'm sure you guys see I have a lot of this well rested. I stay having these well rested. When I started my holistic journey, I've cut off so many things, and I'm so glad for holistic doctors and practitioners, because they've definitely helped me to find things that can heal me without medication. Everything, every herb. There's for every disease you have: anxiety, digestion, improving your health. Peppermint. There's every herb for every disease. So don't ever sit here and lie to yourself that, oh, I need to go and take medication or pop a pill to feel relaxed. Because ever since I started the holistic, stopped drinking teas, and I even have my stress relief teas, my well-rested teas, my ginger teas for digestion, my peppermint teas for anxiety, digestion, good skin, to help my sleep, all that stuff. My life has changed. It's changed for the better. I don't feel bad about drinking these things compared when I used to take sleeping pills and wake up. Yeah, I used to feel refreshed, but there was something in like a knot in my stomach that my appetite would be gone and I'll feel nauseous. Now I do everything that's herbal stuff. Try your teas, try your herbs, try your sea moss, especially in this environment of COVID and this environment of so many things going on, and we don't have the answers, and I know people are scared of vaccines. So just focus right now on improving your immune system. I know this ginger tea is good for that, and even peppermint's good for your immune system. I would suggest getting into more holistic and herbal stuff. Just feeling empowered about what are you putting in your body. We can not only focus on the energies around us, the mindset, and we're not worried about the machine that runs us, which is so important, is our body. So make sure what you're putting in, when it's coming out, you're confident that you know what, it's not going to make you feel upset. I hope we all focus on boundaries in 2021. I hope we all learn to love ourselves a little bit harder. Give yourself a hug. Do something nice for yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's definitely a time for healing. It's definitely a time for learning and growing together. This is a platform for that. I am not Mrs. Know-It-All. I am putting information that as I go in life, as I learn, as I grow, as I heal, I just want to put it out there. I want people to know that how you're feeling and what you're going through, and whether it's self-love, boundaries, self-care, anxiety, PTSD, whatever it is, we all in this together. You're not alone. So many people are walking around here and they don't even know what the hell is going on inside of them. Start taking care of yourself inside, not just mentally and physically. Start taking care of yourself more. You know, it's time to give yourself a hug. You know, the universe is giving us a hug. This energy of healing has taken over. We can't even deny it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and have a blessed week.